1% of the world is a narcissist, stop saying everyone's a narcissist, right? But realistically, it's such a difficult thing to diagnose. So you can't treat it if you can't diagnose it, because they're so good at the mask, right? So are we getting better at recognizing the mask and diagnosing properly? Because at this point, if there's 1 to 2%, whatever the percentage is, like we don't know, because the mask is so good at staying on, especially during therapy.
There is a big discrepancy in terms of percentages and, regarding prevalence of NPD, because it really depends on who's diagnosing, right? Like, even they found that most clinicians who are not specifically trained in this area don't even have a good capacity to diagnose, and they miss it because of that mask that you just mentioned. Yeah. And because of their great capacity to externalize the problem and always blame somebody else. And
then it gets misdiagnosed, right?
Yeah, so then the diagnosis goes missed, but then for people who are specifically trained, the percentage is all the way up to like 16% they're reporting. Okay. 16% of their caseload come in and they have these, this diagnosis. Because we're learning so much about it, people may overly diagnose and say, I'm calling about my narcissistic husband. And it's like, oh, geez, like, are you sure he's a narcissist?
That's,
and like, how do you know that? And there is actually something called healthy narcissism. And then where do you begin to differentiate between healthy narcissism and pathological narcissism? Right. And what are some of the criteria that are necessary rather than just bullet points in the DSM, Yeah. So that gets a little nuanced and complicated.
I feel like everybody has their moments. Everybody has their moments of, maybe a bullet point here or there. It's not like they stay on that, like pathological. Everyone has their moments. And then, usually we pull our head out of our ass and go, oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have said that. And then we backtrack because we're normal.